This is going to be a part 11 to my Why You Should Never Hire a Mangina series. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the way your Mangina can pretty much disrupt your organization through his social and interpersonal communications. Now, in your organization, you have one leader, and everyone is supposed to follow that leader in order to help meet the goals of the organization. However, when you have a Mangina in the workplace, he will make efforts to undermine the leadership and authority of the managers there and the business owners there. He really makes efforts to try to put himself in a de facto position of power, and he uses that to try to control the organization. And the things that he does to undermine the leadership and authority of managers is through interpersonal communications. The mangina is usually the guy who's the one who will start the rumors and make coworkers feel uneasy and uncomfortable with each other. He's the one who will stir up the drama in the workplace, and he will have your workers working against each other instead of working for the goals of the organization. And when you have a mangina in an organization, nothing is going to work right. People need to communicate with each other, but because this mangina is in the organization, he will prevent people from effectively communicating with each other. And again, that goes back to the rumor starting he does. He's the kind of guy who will sit there and tell one coworker that another coworker does not like them, or a coworker said something about them. And this will cause animosity in the workplace. And you as a boss have to regulate this, because if with this type of drama going on, you're never going to get anything done, because you need these two people to work together in order to achieve the goals. And you have to make sure that they see the big picture of the organization instead of focusing on personal matters and really trivial matters, because they do not matter in an organization. And your mangina also disrupts your organization by whispering in the ears of your employees. Your mangina is the kind of guy who will sit there and talk to another coworker and tell them that you really don't meet the qualifications for this job. This job really should belong to somebody with such and such degree. And this will make that person, if they are weak willed, feel inadequate about themselves and feel uncomfortable about doing their job. And when they start feeling bad about themselves, they may feel like quitting the job because they feel worthless and inferior. And another way that your mangina uses the same tactic is to tell somebody that they are too good for this job and that they really need to get somebody with a such and such background. Like if you have a guy, he really doesn't have a big degree or something like that. He'll say, or he'll have a big degree and he'll say, well, you should try out for a higher position. Now, maybe the guy is here because he likes the job, or maybe he's here because he wants to learn more before he takes on another position. But your mangina will arrogantly say that this person should not be in this position, and what he'll do is tell that person they should go out and apply for another job. Again, undermining your leadership and authority. You as a manager know why you hire these individuals. You as a business owner know why you have hired these individuals. And you hired them because you believe in them, you know that their talent is good, and they are working effectively towards helping you achieve your goals. However, your mangina really wants to undermine all of that because he wants chaos. Because again, your mangina wants a smooth world. And in his smooth world, he doesn't have to deal with conflict because in many cases, your mangina is a mediocre worker. And he fears competent workers because those competent workers are eventually going to start calling him on his nonsense, and they're also going to call him on his performance in the workplace. So he needs to stir up the pot and get people to deflect from his own dysfunction and have them arguing and fighting with each other so that he won't be challenged in the workplace and he won't be made to pull his own weight, carry his own load, and do what he's supposed to do in a workplace. He doesn't want to do that type of work. So what he's going to do is to start these rumors, start this drama, have people going back and forth with each other, and while they're fighting with each other, his world is smooth. He's sitting in his cubicle or he's sitting in the office and he's doing the minimum while the entire business is falling apart around him. And this is reflective of the lifestyle that he had growing up, in many cases, in that single mother household, or in that household with that mangina father, where whereas all these people were arguing and going back and forth with each other, he was sitting in the back avoiding conflict. And the workplace primarily is a place where conflict goes on every day. And the part of being in a workplace is finding constructive ways to solve the problem. But your mangina doesn't want to solve problems. Again, it's part of his smooth world. He wants to avoid conflict. And if he can sit there and avoid conflict, he will be spending your money as a business owner and a manager, and preventing you from achieving your goals. His goal primarily is to make the most amount of money while doing the least amount of work. And this is why, as a boss, when you see this guy in the workplace starting rumors, starting drama, again, you have to assert yourself as the prime leader and the authority figure, and you have to pretty much squash rumors right then and there. A good boss is pretty much going to say, look, I don't know what rumors you've heard, but if you do not hear it from me, then it is not true. So that pretty much is going to put that mangina on notice that his nonsense is not going to be tolerated. And if you find out he's the guy starting rumors, another way to stop this guy is to pretty much check him right there and say, look, I'm not going in with that information. I'm not going to substantiate that. That's another way to check him. The other way you can check him as a employee when he starts making his statements like, oh, you're not qualified for this job, is to say, look, the boss hired me, then obviously I must be qualified for this job, and that will shut him down. And the other way you can shut him down when he says that you're too qualified for the job is to say, look, I'm here because I really like this job, or I really believe in this position. And the reason why I'm here is because I have certain goals I want to pursue. So that will also shut him down. There are ways of shutting this guy down and preventing him from causing chaos in your workplace and disrupting your worker morale. And the faster you shut him down, the faster you can get back to productivity. Because if you can shut this mangina down, he's pretty much going to quit. Because again, he's looking for that place where you can have that smooth world and collect easy paychecks while everybody's fighting with each other. He's sitting there doing the next to nothing and collecting a paycheck at everybody's expense. So the fastest way you can shut this guy down are those three solutions. And the faster you do it, the more productive your workplace will be long term. And you'll be able to have a productive workplace where goals get met every day. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.